Now, some of the important elements of PEP policy enforcement point. PEP is the data plane and is responsible for enforcing the PDP's decision. So think of PDP as the decision engine in the control plane. It evaluates the access requests against the policies from PAP, and after the evaluation, it decides whether to allow, deny, or require additional steps like multi-factor authentication. PEP, because PDP generate a short-lived authentication session token. So PEP uses that session token to grant access or restrict access to resources. So PEP, it can continuously validate the token and revoke the access if the user or device becomes risky. So some of the important elements with regards to PEP, next generation firewalls. Uh, Nowadays, it's a common practice that next generation firewalls like FortiGate, Palo Alto, Cisco, or Juniper SRX, they are tightly integrated with identity platforms via special protocols like SAML or OpenID Connect. So the the contextual data from the PDP keeps uh, on coming to the PEPs, which are the next generation firewalls. So all the information related to, let's say, the user session, user context, the location of the user, all those information uh, is continuously sent to the policy enforcement point, which is the next generation firewall in this case. Again, for the modern network security platforms, SASE or SSE, Zscaler as an example in this case, if applications are sitting within the data center, Zscaler App Connector acts as the policy enforcement point. NAC systems from Aruba ClearPass, Cisco ISE, Fortinet. So network access control systems are also PEPs. For example, if a user machine is not having the valid certificate, the machine is denied access to the network. So NAC itself at that point of time acts as the enforcement point for the user or for the network access. Microsegmentation, this is particularly for workloads. If one machine in VLAN A wants to access to another machine in VLAN B, uh, each access from machine A to machine B within the same VLAN is being scanned, is being evaluated based on the policies, and that calls for the microsegmentation. So within the same network, the principle of zero trust remains applicable, and there are solutions which provide the micro level segmentation within the VLANs or within the applications or within the users. So that's about the PEPs. Now let's talk about the zero trust workflow example. Let's go through, let's bring all this together with an example. Let's suppose a user, here I have taken a user called Sarah. So a user named Sarah wants to access the finance application. Let's say her request first passes through the PEP enforcement point. Let's say the Zscaler client connector in this case, which asks the PDP or the Zscaler central authority if this access is allowed or not. The PDP consults the PAP, the ZPA admin console, where the policies are stored, evaluates Sarah's identity, device posture, and context. If she meets the conditions, access is granted. If not, it's blocked. And even after the access is granted, continuous evaluation means if Sarah's device become non-compliant mid-session, the connection can be revoked immediately. So that's an example of the zero trust workflow. Now, the important element of continuous verification. So one of the biggest differentiators when it comes to zero trust is that it's continuous. It's not a one-time check. So traditional systems often authenticate once and assume trust for the entire duration of the session. In zero trust, authentication, authorization, and posture verification happen dynamically throughout the session. If a device becomes risky or a user changes location, let's say, the system reevaluates and can revoke the access instantaneously. Instantly. Uh, so trust is not static; it's adaptive and it's continuous. So that's the continuous verification loop, which is very important when it comes to zero trust. So what are the key takeaways so far? So let's wrap up with some key takeaways. So zero trust means no implicit trust. Every request must be verified. The PAP defines the policy, PDP makes the access decision, and PEP enforces it, ideally close to the resource. Identity is the new perimeter, and enforcement happens everywhere from endpoints to the cloud.